In the world of crime, few names echo with the same weight. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, drug lord, billionaire, terrorist, folk hero, a man who controlled a nation with fear and fed the poor with hope. This is not just the story of a criminal, it's the rise and fall of a man who became a myth. Chapter 1. The Early Days in Medellín. Pablo Escobar was born in 1949 in Rio Negro, Colombia, and raised in the city of Medellín, a place that would later become synonymous with his name. As a teenager, he dabbled in petty crime, stealing gravestones, smuggling cigarettes, running small cons. But he had bigger dreams, dreams soaked in ambition and cocaine. In the 1970s, Escobar found his golden ticket, the booming cocaine trade. America was hooked, and Pablo was ready to supply. Chapter 2. Building the Cocaine Empire. In less than a decade, Pablo built the Medellín Cartel, a global narcotics empire. At its peak, Escobar's cartel was smuggling up to 15 tons of cocaine into the U.S. every day. He controlled 80% of the world's cocaine market and was making so much money that rats were reportedly eating over $1 billion worth of stored cash each year. Forbes ranked him as the 7th richest man in the world, with a fortune of over $30 billion. And yet, Pablo was just getting started. Chapter 3. Terror, Bombs, and Assassinations. Money bought power, but fear kept it. Escobar ruled Colombia not with politics, but with violence. He had a simple philosophy: plata o plomo, silver or lead, take the bribe or take a bullet. Judges, police officers, politicians, even presidential candidates, all became targets. Escobar's assassins planted bombs in shopping malls, on airplanes, even at the heart of Bogotá's government district. In 1989, he orchestrated the bombing of Avianca Flight 203, killing 110 innocent people in a failed attempt to assassinate a political rival. He wasn't just a criminal, he was a terrorist. Chapter 4. War against the state Colombia was no longer a country, it was a battlefield. Escobar had declared war on the government. He funded entire armies of sicarios, teenage hitmen armed with machine guns and a hunger for blood. And when Colombia tried to extradite him to the United States, Escobar responded with mass executions. He became both the most wanted man on earth and the most untouchable. Chapter 5. La Catedral, the King's Prison. In 1991, under immense pressure, the Colombian government struck a deal. Escobar would surrender, but only on his terms. They allowed him to build his own prison, La Catedral, a fortress of luxury, complete with a bar, a jacuzzi, a soccer field, and even a waterfall. Inside, Escobar continued running his empire. He ordered murders, held parties, and played soccer with guards. It wasn't a prison, it was a palace. Chapter 6. The Fall. But power breeds enemies. Rivals, the DEA, the Colombian army, and even Los Pepes, a vigilante death squad funded by his enemies, began to close in. In 1992, Escobar escaped La Catedral and went on the run. For 16 months, he eluded capture, hiding in the shadows of his once glorious empire. On December 7, 1993, the king fell. Tracked down in a Medellín neighborhood, Escobar was shot and killed on a rooftop. Some say he was gunned down by Colombian police. Others claim he shot himself to avoid capture. One thing is certain, the world changed that day. Chapter 7. Legacy of a Legend. Pablo Escobar died, but his legend didn't. To some, he remains a symbol of power, rebellion, and charisma. His face appears on t-shirts, murals, even Netflix series. To others, he was a monster, a man who drowned a nation in blood to feed his greed. Today, Medellín is no longer under his shadow, but his story still haunts Colombia. And the world still asks, how could one man rise so high and fall so hard? This was the story of Pablo Escobar, the drug lord who became a myth, and the myth who became a warning.